Hi. I I had this thought right now about like parenting and having kids and how someone grew up with just one part of the parent structure. I just want to say, and it's just a thought that came out to me. I just want to say that if you are thinking about having kids, and if your main reason to having kids is something related with the thoughts of like I'm getting old, I'm getting old, I need to have kids, or all my friends have kids and I don't, or I need someone to take care of me when I'm old, or I don't know. I just want to be a parent. I need some companion right now. Don't have kids. Like, seriously, don't have kids. A lot of people think that just by having a nice financial condition, they are ready to have kids, or even if they think, like, I already got married and, I'm gonna build this with my partner, don't have kids because the thing, I feel like the thing majority, like all people needs to ask themselves is, am I in an emotional state to have kids? And not all of us are smart enough to answer that question. Some people may say yes when they are not. And it's something like a work that you need to get done with professional help, a therapist, for instance. So having kids requires a lot of emotional intelligence, and it's not a bad thing to not have kids, to be honest. It's not a bad thing because a lot of people get worried like, who's gonna take care of me when I'm old? Like, you can have kids right now and they won't take care of you when you're old because probably you were a shit parent because you weren't in the right mind or the right intellectual state to have them. So, and I'm not trying to be harsh. Just trying to avoid a lot of the problems we see right now that a lot of women particularly they uh get into this social pressure of having kids. They have them and it comes like this regret. And I'm not saying that you don't love your kids. I'm not a mother. So a lot of things I may be saying right now, it may sound from someone who doesn't understand, but I am someone who grew up without a part of the parental structure. And by all means, I don't want to say that my mother wasn't in an intellectual smartness. But what I can say though is that growing up without like the structure, it changed me. And I can see that. I can see the difference. And in no way I wanna guilt trip the other part of the structure. But I just realized how a lot of people don't have this idea on how detrimental it can be for your parents to be smart intellectually when it comes to raising kids. It's not about just having the financial means. It's not about just giving housing, health insurance, schooling. Like, if you decided to have kids, that's the basic you need to provide for that kid, for that child. But you need to be able to don't uh, give them the same traumas you went to. Don't give them any traumas you went through. Don't give them any traumas that you didn't went through. You need to be like in such a smart intellectual state. And I understand that like as a parent, especially if you're a first time parent, there's a lot you don't understand. And society can be a little bit mean to parents, especially mothers, because there's a certain expectation to getting everything right. And I'm here to say that you won't get everything right. You will make a lot of mistakes, but it's nice. I can say that. When you like realize the mistakes you're doing and you change yourself in order for you to like build a competent uh, person in a right state of mind. And so we can stop building people with traumas, because actually having traumas from childhood, it's not normal. It's not normal at all. Being someone without um like self confidence, it's not normal at all. Being someone who's not humble, who's not uh, respectful of others because of the traumas they grew up with, being someone who is violent because that's the only thing that you saw at home, that's not normal at all. So we need to be more self um we need to do more self assurances or self exams in order to realize if we are ready to have kids or not. So before you have kids, and if you have the condition to do so, you can go, especially if you are not sure if you want to have kids, you can go and freeze your eggs. If you have the conditions to do so, you can go freeze your eggs. And if you're a man, I think you can also do the same. I don't know, but you can look at it. You can do the same. So then, when you are ready to have kids, and perhaps you're not in a physiological state to do so, at least you're gonna have a backup plan. And other, you can always adopt when you are ready to have kids. When you feel like you are emotionally intelligent enough to have them, you can always adopt. There's a lot of kids ready to be adopted, ready to have a family. So let's stop making decisions about having kids on, oh, my friend has a kid, so I need to have one in order to play with them. Let's stop doing that. It's not a good reasoning to have kids. So I hope it helps someone who is thinking about have kids right now. It's just a thought that came by, and by no means I'm not a mother. I'm not thinking about having kids, but I wish a lot of people would realize that you would rather regret not having kids than bring someone in this world and look at them and regret it, because you may think that you're gonna be able to hide that you regret having them, but you won't. It's always gonna be, or you will always say something that's gonna show that you regret having them. So this is the only regret that I think it's worth having. Not having kids is the only regret, because you can always make amends with that. You can always adopt a kid when you feel like it. You can always go and adopt a kid. It's gonna be your kid, and a kid is not someone you have biologically only. You can always go and adopt a kid, and it's gonna be your kid. And we as a society need to realize that. You know, we need to stop with the things like I need to pass my DNA. No one wants your DNA in this world. No one wants it. As soon as you realize that it's not that important to leave a mark on this world, um, your life is gonna be better, and my life is gonna be better, and everyone's life is gonna be better. With all due respect. So yeah, that's all I had to say. It's not, and I feel like it's nothing related with my YouTube channel, but it's just a thought that came on, and I felt like sharing. Bye.